We're going to start with this part of the presentation with actually listening to a story. So I'm very quickly going to try and share screen with the storybook itself. Well, this is the story of The Rabbit Listened, written by Field, and it is published by Penguin. And I'm just going to invite you to respond on chat in terms of some of the questions I'd be asking you. Yeah, well, we see a little boy and a box. So I'm just going to take maybe 30 seconds to invite you to maybe guess what might be in the box.
You will not touch it.
What's in the box? He will not touch it, okay. But what might be in the box? If you can just mention it in the chat. A rabbit, something heavy. Okay, yeah, probably. What else? What are some of the thoughts as you just look at a box? What could be in it? He's curious. There could be books. Yeah, could be books. Something dangerous. Well, there could be toys. Things to play. It's a gift. It's definitely a gift, yeah. And here's a little boy or a girl. We could choose what we want the character to be. They could be clothes. I'm seeing some more guesses. If there's a name you'd like to give this character, what could it be? Just as you see the character. And it could be a girl, boy, we don't have to decide. Some to play pranks with. All right, we have Ray as a suggestion. Any other names? Curio, Tuk Tuk. Yeah. Okay, I'm called to use Tuk Tuk, so I'm just going to call him Tuk Tuk today. Purnima, bushy hair, yeah, Padma. But I'm going to go with Purnima's Tuk Tuk. Something about Tuk Tuk and just what he's doing with that box. Tuk Tuk sort of goes. So I'm going to go with Tuk Tuk. I hope we're all okay with that. Now, Tuk Tuk has a box, and yes, like all of you have guessed, there's something in it, and there's something maybe heavy, but because he's pushing it around, he's not carrying it. So let's find out what's inside this box. As he goes inside, there are blocks. Some of you guessed right. It is something to play with, and he's really happy with himself, as we can see with his smile. It's something new, something special. So he's making something out of it. He's putting them together, one after the other, balancing it, really being careful about it as he's going along. It's like he's really glad about what he's doing. Wow, looks like he's created something amazing. We only can see half of it, but he looks really, really happy with himself, doesn't he? With that bushy hair of his, he's so happy. Now, Tuk Tuk is really proud of what he's created, and he's really standing there, super proud, like you can see. But something happens. Yeah, out of nowhere, there are these crows that just fly past his creation. I don't know if they've realized what they've done. They're just flying, but they've dropped, they've crushed what he's made. So all come crashing down, and it's just lying there. How do you think Tuk Tuk must be feeling right now? Let's see. Oh, he doesn't look very glad. At least that expression says so many things. It doesn't. What do you think we can do for Tuk Tuk to feel better? Well, he did something. He was really, really very excited. And everything suddenly came crashing down. He looks like he's really sad. Looks like he's really sad, and maybe we can do something about this. We can talk with Tuk Tuk. Yes, we can talk to him. Maybe get him to talk. Maybe take him out somewhere. Yeah, something he likes doing. That would be a good idea. Many other ideas we have from you. What else can we do? What would you want to do if someone were to do that? Give him a hug. Yeah. Well, help him to rebuild it there, yeah. Well, some of Tuk Tuk's friends, have done similar things. Ask him how he's feeling. Yeah, actually, that's how it starts, Swati. There comes a chicken, and asking him about things, just saying, "Oh my God, something has happened." The chicken first notices that everything has fallen down and asks him. But this one asks him a whole lot of questions. She's like, "Oh my God, what a shame. I'm so sorry, sorry, sorry this happened. Let's talk. Come on, let's talk." And she's like really like pushing him to talk and talk and talk. But Tuk Tuk is doesn't feel like he's in the mood to talk. Maybe he's not ready to talk. And so the chicken just walks away. This looks like Tuk Tuk's not ready to talk. Then another friend comes in. Here's the bear. The bear is looking around, very, very unpleasant about what has happened, walks straight in, looks around, and has taken on the emotion of anger on behalf of Tuk Tuk. He's really not happy about what happened for Tuk Tuk. He's really, really angry, and in fact says, "How horrible! I bet you feel so angry," and lets out that anger. Shouts really loudly and really makes a scene out there. But Tuk Tuk, I don't know if Tuk Tuk's still ready for this. Starts shouting, and Tuk Tuk is really not ready to deal with that anger. Maybe there is anger, but he's just not ready for it. So the bear leaves, and then comes the elephant, and the elephant kind of had a feeling like kind of knew what to do. Walks in, picks up this, and says, "Okay, you know what? I think one of you suggested that. Let's remember exactly the way things were," and starts deciding maybe we should start putting one in front, one at the back. You balanced it. Let's start remembering. Let's start remembering. And so they're really trying. And Tuk Tuk's also picked up a few blocks and says, "Okay, maybe we try this, maybe we try that." But they don't arrive at it. And so, the elephant loses patience and leaves. It's like, "Okay, I'm done. You're on your own." And then comes the hyena. Some more friends come in to try and make things light for Tuk Tuk. Starts cracking up jokes, says, "Let's laugh about it. So it fell. What's the big deal? Let's laugh about it." Tuk Tuk's still not there yet. Then comes the ostrich. The ostrich is like, "You know what? Let's just pretend nothing happens. Let's just like go down like this. Come on with me. Let's pretend nothing happened." I don't think Tuk Tuk can really. He's not there yet. He's like, "What? It did happen. How can I? I'm not there to pretend. He's not ready to pretend and hide." Then comes the kangaroo, and the kangaroo's like, "What a mess. You know what? Let's all throw it away. It's done. It's over." Then there's another sort of suggestion where the snake comes in. And the snake's like, "You know what? Maybe we should go knock somebody else's." But it doesn't look like he's ready for that. Then comes all his friends who've tried their little bit. They've really given him suggestions, but nothing's going to work. Because Tuk Tuk is just not in the mood. He's not feeling ready to do any of it right now. But just then, when he was quietly sitting there, a rabbit comes in. A rabbit comes in and sits fairly close to him, sits very close to him. Yeah, Purnima, when I this rabbit comes and sits very close to Tuk Tuk, and Tuk Tuk notices his warm body sitting just next to him. And as he sits, Tuk Tuk feels ready to start talking and says, can you please stay with me?" And just as it feels comfortable and safe, like one of you suggested, they give each other a hug. And Tuk Tuk feels ready to hug. And as he feels ready and safe to start talking about what happens, he starts talking. And he tells the rabbit everything that happened and how he was actually angry, and then now he felt ready to shout it out. Then he cried, and then the rabbit just listened. And then together they laughed and they cried. And Tuk told him all the things that his friends suggested him to do. And Finally, as he took him through all the different suggestions and everything that happened, as he was able to process all of it, the rabbit stayed there, listened to him, and he didn't tell him anything. He just allowed for Tuk Tuk to arrive at what he wanted to do. And slowly, Tuk Tuk was ready to rebuild it, to put it all together. And the rabbit was there for him, was with him as he was doing this. And then slowly, together, they began to rebuild what he had created. So that is the story of The Rabbit Listened. Now, very quickly, some quick responses of what stayed with you from The Rabbit Listened. And all of you as, educators and individuals who run learning spaces, inviting maybe some thoughts of what stayed with you. I'd like to invite you to think about maybe the role the rabbit played, the role the other friends played. Any thoughts? You can unmute and share, or you could, they're getting some responses. It was a quite support, silent support, yeah. Yeah, more important is just listening to the children, just listening, allowing them to also be able to share what they want to say. Reflection, the illustration specifically, the way the rabbit stayed, it's empathetic. It's important to have someone who listens to us, even if in silence, before we resolve. Comfort and love that rabbit gave just as a silent listener. Empathy. Thank you all for sharing. Yes, non-judgmental. The rabbit's role gave him space to be open, to share. And when Tuk Tuk wants to open up, he's ready to open up, as and when he wants to understand a child's emotion and feelings first. And different animals represented different kinds of people around us, who try to help us when we face any challenge, but sometimes we just need some time with ourselves before sharing. That's so true, Swati, that sometimes we tend to think that children need solutions and we're just providing solutions. But what if the child actually has a way to maybe process that? And on that note, I'm going to go back to the presentation now. And please allow for your, continue to share, and we'll maybe look at those. I'll look at those messages on chat, but really taking this forward in terms of what it means to be that listener.